Hi everyone. So far we have done simulation in Fluent and meshing, and the geometry was done in design model and ANSYS meshing. And we have checked the vector plots, path lines, contour plots of velocity and pressure. And now it's time to check the mesh quality and the mesh density required for the simulation. And if I display especially the y plus value, the y plus value is a measure of the how close our first cell is to the wall. And as you know, there are three layers of boundary layer. One is the viscous sublayer, second is buffer layer, and third the log layer. And when there's separation zone, so we must be resolving the viscous sublayer as well, because separation cannot be predicted very well without resolving the viscous sublayer and buffer layer. And for that case, we need the y plus value around 1 or 2, not more than 5. And now I'm going to check this thing. And from results, if I display contour plots for turbulence, and the variable subvariable is y plus value or y star value, it's your choice, and they are almost same. And if I turn on the only local option, that is turning off the global, I can see that in this zone, if I with the right mouse button, if I click them here, and they will just snap on the geometry and will provide data for these locations. I can see that my y plus value is not more than 4, and minimum value is 0.38. But in this region where we have the highest velocity maybe, and so in this region, we have the y plus values approaching around 88. And what we want that the mesh, this value should be around less than 10, and preferably it should be between 2 and 5. And now I turn on the mesh also here, and with these faces, and I can see that. Before that, I want to go to from the views, and in the compose, I want to change the properties of this mesh right now. So turn off these 4 options, and outer faces should be turned on. Transparency should be 0, and you can also display lines if needed, perimeter edges and perimeter edges. So you can see that we have very refined mesh in the wall for the small pipe and as well as the large pipe, and therefore we are getting the y plus value in the range of less than 5. But here you can see very obvious here that there are only 3 cells, and there's no grading of the meshing towards these 2 walls, small pipe and large pipe. So therefore we have to go back to the meshing software, and before that close Fluent, because maybe the license shared and we cannot get a license for meshing software. So close the other softwares from the workbench and just concentrate on meshing. And from meshing, if I click on the mesh and then go back to section planes and turn on this section plan which we created earlier in the meshing part, so you can see that we have a very refined mesh in the boundary layer for the small pipe as well as the large pipe, and it's a very refined mesh. But if you go for the second pipe, the second vertical pipe, you can see the meshing has only 3 cells, and there's no grading for boundary layer mesh on these walls. And the reason was simple, that we didn't provide the meshing for these edges, and when we provided the edge meshing sizing for these edges which are on this side, so it took care of this whole geometry. But because this geometry is not connected to this geometry, that's why these were not copied on this part as well. And we have defined this edge sizing on this edge, these edges, and then these edges. So these are not copied on the second pipe, and therefore we have to insert the sizing and select these 4 edges, and we define the same sizes as we defined for this horizontal pipe, and the number of divisions will be the type of this meshing, and 20, which because we have defined the same sizing on this horizontal pipe also, so I will define same on the vertical pipe. and I will make the hard. So hard means that it will implement by force, and biasing will be the double biasing on the both sides, and factor would be 10. And you can see the grading is done on towards these two walls, and the center of the mesh is coarse. I define mesh towards these boundaries. I now just click on generate, and if you check the mesh, you can see now we have refined mesh also for this vertical pipe. And now I'll just close application, and from workbench I'm just going to update setup first, or even before that we have this sign here, this lightning sign here. So right click here and click on update, and now I'm going to use setup option and open it by double clicking, and this will read all the changes we have made in the geometry and the mesh, whatever changes we have made. And now start, and now we have this new mesh file, and you can see that we have refined mesh in the boundary layer. And you can check the number of nodes from info and size. The number of nodes are now 0.7 million. So from 0.6 million, they increased to 0.7 million because of this fine mesh in vertical pipe. And everything else is same, which we set in the previous case. And this is the benefit of working inside the workbench. Now simply run the case for few iterations. So now we started solution by pressing on calculate, and now I'll just wait for the few iterations, and then I will check the y plus value again. With increasing of number of nodes, maybe you are decreasing the discretization error, but at the same time you are increasing round of error. So the mesh refinement should be up to level, so that with the successful mesh refinement we don't see any change in the result. That's the goal of the mesh independence. And in this way you can rename, right click here and rename. You can say this is the coarse mesh, and then second case is the medium mesh, and just change the mesh from cell number 3 B3 and also in the here A3, and also create another duplicate copy of this setup, and then just change mesh and go to startup, and from here update solution, run for the 500 iterations, and you will see the difference in the results with the mesh changes. And after every mesh, that the mesh change should be around factor of 2. Means if the first mesh has a number of nodes 1 lakh, second mesh should have number of nodes 2 lakhs. And now I can see here, from here I can judge that the solution is steady state. Why? Because the peak value is around at maximum I can say it's a 1.118, and the lowest value is a 1.1080. The difference is a 0.01, and from this value if I check the change in the value or percentage change, so I divide by this lowest value here. So from this lowest value I can see and multiply by 100, I can see the change from this lowest value is 0.9%, so less than 1%, and therefore I can say that the solution is almost as a steady state solution, because the 0.9% change does not matter at all in the CFD. And if you plot the pressure plot, you will notice a difference also, because in the previous case we had the very high change in the pressure value across these planes, and there was a very large value change on the two sides and also inside this band here. On the band it's expected, but in this region it was not expected to be that much change. And if I plot on some internal plane, and that plane can be created from the constant x location, that is center plane of this whole geometry, from mesh and compute and click on create, And now I can display on this center plane, and I don't see any much change in this upper part. And same is true with the velocity. Definitely we have some change, but this is not a radical change as we observed in the previous case. And if I plot the vector plots on this plane, we have the separation zone, resaturation zone. So change the scale to the 0.5 to see the vectors properly. And afterwards, we have the separation zone or the resaturation zone. And from this point onwards, the flow is now almost attached. And if I check the y plus values on the walls of this geometry, the double contraction with sudden expansion geometry, and from here I can check the y plus values, and the y plus values we are getting the y plus maximum value as same as previously, that was 80, but on the most of the geometry parts we have the very small values. So for this wall, you can reduce the y plus values by just going into the meshing software. Let's see, I added this mesh from here, and to change the value of y plus or decrease the value of y plus, we have to create the mesh density towards this wall here, and for that I have to put the A sizing on this wall, and right click, insert and sizing. And also let me make this geometry in the wireframe so that I can select these all edges easily. And here I have selected the bias as a 14 on these edges, and number of nodes are 60 and behavior is hard. And now I will generate the mesh on again on this geometry. And this is the size of the previous mesh. You can see this is the height of the cell, and so that's why we have some higher value of the y plus value. And still we have the same sizing here, although we provided sizing like this. So might be I can increase number of nodes to the 100 and click on generate. And still I'm getting the almost similar behavior, and therefore I'm going to delete the multi-zone mesh method from here, and then I will insert the same method after the all sizing, and I would be selecting all the bodies here, and method is a multi-zone again. And as I told you that sometimes when sizing is defined after the method, that doesn't work. So I am going to add again the same thing, the method after the sizing, and also I'm going to use a manual source, and I will choose these 9 faces which are on the inlet geometry, and again click on generate. And now I want to see how the mesh will look like after regeneration. And it's still the same thing, so I'm going to change the sizing again. And finally we are with a mesh which is according to our requirements, and you can see the refined mesh towards this wall part and also on this side. And similarly on this 9 degrees bend, we have refined mesh towards these walls and also on the top side. And what I did here is that I put for this 9 degrees band, this round part with the number of nodes or division 60, and bias factor is a 20. And for these sides, for these edges, I put the bias factor as 120 and number of division are 130, and same as the case for this case. And mesh has somehow larger cells on this side, but this will not affect the solution because the flow on the inlet and also when the flow is outlet is not important as compared to flow which is important in this region. And now we solve this case again in the fluent and see the results and the y plus value again. And after running this case, I am into some problem. So now again we have to check the mesh quality And so we have refined the mesh in the important regions and taking care of the y plus, but because there may be some issues in the quality, that's why solution is blowing up. And so we have to again go back to meshing software and check the things again, and then we come back again to Fluent. And now we are in the meshing software, and if I click on the mesh and from details and quality, if I check the skewness of the mesh, and from here I can pinpoint the problem area. So I'm going for the highest value of skewness, and keep in mind that the skewness should be less than 0.93. For the volume meshing and for phase meshing, it should be, surface meshing should be less than 0.8. And you can see the maximum value is 0.99, which is too high. 0.9964 is almost 1. And this shows that the cell, the whole rectangle is now distorted to a single line. And if I click here, I can see the problem area. So you see that this is showing that there is some elements, they have some reverse biasing not correctly implemented, and therefore we have this type of the cells and they are creating problem. And if I just check the, let's say, the cross-sectional view of the mesh, and I can see the problem area right away. So this is the problem area we have, and for that we have the simple solution. We have to go to A-sizing and also turn off the section planes. And from the A-sizing, we have to look for the A-sizing for these edges, and in the wireframe mode first. And I can see the problem edge. This is the problem edge here. And we have to turn on the reverse biasing for this edge from details. So just highlight this edge and apply. And now again click on generate. And also change the from wireframe to solid view. And now again check the mesh quality by clicking on the mesh. And from quality, click on skewness. So I wanted to see the mesh matrix as a skewness. And you can see now the maximum skewness is 0.5, which is somewhere maybe on these parts where we have some angles. And now I turn off the ANSYS meshing software, and I will open setup file for the Fluent. And again I will run the case, and now you can see the mesh quality and the mesh resolution near the very important region where we have the high flow gradients. And I will initialize solution again from the inlet region and run calculation with click on calculate and run case for maybe 400 to 500 iterations. And I can comment a few things. Number one is that the convergence in the previous two cases was at the 10 power minus 2, and now we can observe. And so I can observe that we have residuals, they are at the value less than 10 power minus 4, and in the last two cases it was not less than 10 power minus 2. So one thing we can notice with the good mesh as compared to last two cases is that we have the better convergence. And secondly, for the same point, same location in the same location of the point and the geometry, I can see that we have now the solution is almost stabilized, and there are no more wiggles in the solution like we see in the transient flows. And so if we start with the first mesh where we had the very much transient flow, and the change between the two intervals was huge, and then in the second case where the change was almost less than 1%, and now here is almost a straight line. So this is the effect of the proper mesh resolution and creating the proper mesh for the solution we are solving, or the case we are solving here. And if we take a look on the different things here, like the pressure contour plots, we can see we have nicely resolved pressure contours here. And if I check the y plus values, or y star is the same, we can see now the maximum value is around 14.12, and this is because at this region, because we have the rushing of the flow and it is increasing velocity, therefore we have with high velocity we have the high value of the Reynolds high value of the y plus, and same is the case in this region. So we can expect these values, and we can work on these values with these values, and they are okay for simulation. But most of the cases on these walls, these conditions, we can see the y plus value is around less than or 1, and in this case on this 9 degrees band, this round part, the value is not more than 5. So this is all about the how to refine the mesh and how to access the quality of mesh and how to set up them, and the proper value of y plus, and main important thing is that you must know the flow physics, and according to that flow physics you have to refine the mesh in the important regions. So in the other regions you can coarsen the mesh, you can have the larger cells, but in the important regions you should have the smaller cells and with a very smart approach.